Hi, I'm Judi from River City Sewing Machine Centre, and I'm just doing this short tutorial to show you what happens when you open the box of your new Cut CM900. We're going to go through the unpacking process, so let's go and see what we find. The first thing we'll notice is that I've taken the machine out of the box, and with it you'll see that your quick reference guide is on the front. Has all the plastic still intact, which is fantastic. And the first thing we'll notice is that we have a new screen, which is much larger on this model. Next thing we'll notice when we grab things out of the box is that we now have a middle tack adhesive mat included, as well as the standard mat with the green support sheets inside as well, which is really great. The other things we'll have inside the box are we have a package with our coloured pencils, coloured pens, and our water erasable pens. So they're all included in there. The other nice thing is you've got your adhesive support sheet for your appliques, which are fantastic. And you've also got a box which is filled with little treasures. These are your accessories in your little pouch. You have your power cord, your little transformer, as well as your CD and a little wireless network information card. So that's all contained in the box. So now that you've got it out of the box, let the creativity start. So thanks for watching this short video, and there'll be more to come as we go to use the new machine. I'm just going to be talking as I unpack this so that you can see what's in the box. So this little cord plugs into the transformer. The transformer cord and goes into the back of the machine. So if we turn it around, you'll see that this little area here is where your power cord clips in the back. Okey-doke. So then you just attach this and plug it in, but before we do that, we have to take all the blue tapes off before we even start, because that way we've got safety issues just in case the carriage wants to move. So there's blue tapes holding down the top of the screen, so we take them off. All the plastic on the front of the machine, take them off. You can keep the little sticker on if you like that. I tend to leave mine on the machine so it reminds me of some of the cool stuff that it does. Now a lot of this information is enclosed in the user manual of how to unpack your machine, but it's nice to go through it. So when we open the front, you'll see that you also have some blue tapes here, and that's to protect the carriage. So we just need to undo those just gently, top and bottom. And there's one here just on the carriage. So we just want to make sure that the carriage then has no more tapes, that it's free to move. Okay, so we're going to take those off. Okay, and then we can take the protective cover off the screen. Okay, and just make sure that there is a protective cover on the beautiful styling and on the top. So it's up to you whether you want to remove that. So it's just a little plastic cover, and I am going to remove that. You can see it's just bubbling slightly. It just takes, I've got no nails. So we might just leave that for the time being. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's like taking the skin off, but now we can see all the styling on the top. There's no more pieces of tape here. Oh, there's one over here. And you can see the big change on the front of the machine is now that we have the wireless connectivity on the front. So we are now ready to power up and see what's different. Okay, so we've got everything out of the box now. So we've unwrapped the user quick reference guide. We've unwrapped the user manual, which is operation manual, which is here. We've also got a little basic guide to making a quilt, our included accessories, so they're all listed here, and our CD of the operation manual. Okay, so they're all inside the box as well. You'll need those at different points when you're going to use a scan and cut machine, just by getting used to it, but it's a good thing to know exactly where they are so that when you want to refer back to them, you'll know where they are, so your creativity won't be stifled by looking around for stuff. Okay, so the quick reference guide has been improved. We've got now, it's a much stronger card, doesn't just look like a sheet of paper. So we've got lots and lots of different information on here. Talking about mat selection now, and we've got lots of different things regarding paper selection and what mat we should use, and we also have things for our blades and our cutting pressure and things like that. So it's been expanded quite a lot. So the nice thing is it's a little bit bigger for us to see, which is fantastic. So now it's out of the box, and like we said, we've plugged it all into power, so all we need to do now is turn it on. We'll have a look and see at the enhanced screen. So we've got 30% larger than our previous model. So as you can see it now, it's a much bigger screen. I'll just turn it so you don't get quite so much glare. So the machine still has does its calibration like it normally does, and we still have the same selection from pattern to scan. So now you can see that there's lots and lots of the same sort of screens come up, but we'll have a few more pieces of information inside the machine. So what we need to do now as part of the setup process, I'm going to go back to home, is inside our accessory pouch we have a couple of little things. We have our spatula. So we'll need him from time to time to help us smooth down our fabric, our papers and all those things, as well as using him to lift up the items that we've cut so that we can get a really nice clean lift from the machine. Stylus, very important for touch screens. You saw me touch with my fingers, you should always use a stylus. So all the time with these screens, because they're touch sensitive, the smaller the touch, the longer you'll have your screen in calibration. So always make sure you keep a note of where your stylus is. And the nice thing is that in the back of the machine there is a little place now to, I don't know if you can see, put your spatula, which is fantastic. And the other one was a place to put your stylus. Now that one, we used to have to stick it in little areas at the back where it normally wasn't meant to go, but someone thought about that, and it's a fantastic addition. So we'll always know where they are when we're going to use the machine. We still have in our accessories our pen holder, so just to drop those in, we can drop our pens in and put it in the machine. And we have our turquoise blade. Now you'll notice in this lot of accessories we just have the turquoise blade. Okay, even though the standard mat can take the deep cut blade, it's only included with this the standard cut blade this time. So again, with all the blades, just remember, as before we put it into the carriage, we use our reference guide to work out exactly what our a mat we use, what our blade length is and what our setting is for that, and our cut pressure. So I would suggest that before you start doing your project that you look up on your quick reference guide get all that sorted before you start. And then remember, always test cut first. But before we get too far into it, let's just get our machine set up. So we're just going to make sure that we extend our blade all the way past 12, as far as it can go, and then we select the setting that we need, that the reference guide has told us we should be using. That's how we engage the blade, and then we bring it back to the setting. Then with the Brother logo on the front, we drop it into the carriage and then lock down. Okay, so then we would go into using the stylus now that we've put it away. We'll go into our settings, and we would be looking at our cut pressure and our cut speed. So depending on the project you were doing, you would adjust that accordingly. So now that we have our machine out of the box and all the little pieces set up and we know what they are, next time we'll be getting into doing a small little project with the machine, and we'll also be talking about the wireless connectivity, which is the big new feature of the Scan and Cut machine. So until next time, thanks, we'll see you again.